Stupid thing with start already. Gosh darn it. Alright, so the description of this video is in the description box. I'm gonna start here in a little bit. Let's see. Get this off. And oh, let's not do that. Okay, so I need to get a tripod. I don't have one. I know. Archaic. I am a caveman. It's fine. I am what I am. And that's all that I am. Warm up. My room's a mess. I don't care. Sorry, Jersey. You're good. You're good. A full body warm up. This is my room. This is all the space I have, and this is all the space I need. I can't read your comments. It's too far. I'm just gonna focus on what I'm doing. Twist. 1 minute exercise. There are 10 1-minute exercises for a total of 10 minutes. Alright. So I'm just getting my body warmed up. These are dynamic stretches. So side bends. You just push your hip to the side and reach. Side reaches. Just stretches. This is a 10-minute dynamic stretch warm up. For all of my exercises. Sometimes I feel like I have to do it twice a day. Because I do this one so much. 65 basically. I just flip all the way over, all the way to the side, you go all the way over. Kind of angle in the middle. Alright, these are for your hamstrings. It's like a walkout. Touch your hands and back up. It's not nothing fancy. one more. Let's go. Move is from capoeira. It's their basic move. It's just a backwards lunge, hand up, both hands up. One's blocking like this, and the other one's up like a boxing block. Just getting the blood flow in the body. Get the blood flowing. Get the heart rate up just a little bit. Towards the end of this warm up, you'll feel your body start to sweat a little bit if you do it. And I think capoeira is a great martial art, by the way. It's a great martial art. I always think about maybe just doing this, the Jenga, whatever it's called, during the fight, or just simply moving, always moving, because that's what this is, perpetual motion. It's like trying to swat a fly. They're always moving. It's hard to hit something that's always moving. So just moving like Ali in his prime when he would dance around the ring. Pernell Whitaker, the way his defensive maneuvers are. Good stuff. I don't know. I think I went too far. Too long. I think I went 30 seconds over. Next one. Down. Push up. Walk back up. It's like one of my previous warm-up exercises. Getting the whole body involved in this warm-up. All right, this one's a side lunge. It's really good. You could keep both your feet on the floor, but once you get towards the bottom, sometimes bring your toes up, your heel up. I mean the ball of your foot up. Helps a little bit. If you want to get like a really deep stretch. Keep both feet flat on the ground, and then bring the foot up, the ball up if you want. All right, next one. Switch with a little push-up action going on. Not a race, it's just a 5-second hold and then switch. Next one. Alright, next squats, air squats. So the correct form for an air squat. For one, you want to be straight up and down, like a pile driver. Boom, just go straight down into the ground, like a nail. All right. Next thing, you want to keep like your butt kind of tucked, your tailbone tucked underneath you. You don't want to have that anterior pelvic tilt. You want to have that tilt. And then push your knees forward, knees over toes, and just drive the knees out, but also forward. And sometimes if you like turn your legs out, boom, Keep your feet forward, but turn your hips out like you a screwdriver into the ground. That's better too. It's complicated. Never mind. Okay. I forget what these are called, but these are pretty great. I think I'm the only person who does these. Feels like it. Once in a while when people do these, I notice, because it's like, there's so few people who actually do this. Those 5 seconds on each side, that is like, wow. It's probably just copying me at this point. 2 more. Alright, this is the last exercise in the warm-up. Last minute, 43 seconds. I like to pop my back on this one. And I think that lower back comes up last and goes down first. Try to get your vertebrae, you know, to come up in line. All right, that's the end of the 10-minute warm-up. It's 2 o'clock. I'm gonna start this high green bean. So I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna use the restroom really quick, and I'm gonna get to that workout. All right, I'm back. What's up, green bean? That's cool. That's like Bruce Lee or Popeye, you know, big forearms and like, you know, big shoulders. They look like string beans or green beans. What about sweet pea? I was thinking about sweet pea earlier. Little guy, but sweet. Size of a pea, but he's sweet. Sweet pea, green bean. All right, let's go. Hi, Jersey. My cat Jersey over here. She's just laying on my couch. Oh yeah. Oh, you quit that. All right, let's go. I'm ready to go. All right, this one was hard. I hope you guys take your pre-workout. Get your mind right. If you're gonna if you're gonna do this exercise, it is not easy. I get anxiety before I do it. And you don't have to use the same weight as I do. You don't have to use the dumbbells. I use 5-pound dumbbells first 2 rounds. You don't have to do that. I have to do that because I've always done that and I don't change. My weight only goes up. Okay, let's go. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But it's not supposed to be easy. I'm gonna turn the fan on because I get hot pretty quickly. So let's get it done. All right, this is gonna be a 25-minute exercise, and once I'm done, I'm ending the video. And thank you for all the love, hate, whatever you guys throw my way. I take it all, whatever. Better than paper towel. All right, guys, let's go. Hard work, baby. Work hard. All right, air squats, 1 minute, as fast as you can, as many as you can do. I guess you try to stand up all the way, get to that 45, or excuse me, that 90-degree angle. Like I said, I use dumbbells. You don't have to use dumbbells if you don't have them. You can use 3-pounders or 2-pounders. I got those. These are just what I will always use. And then after this one's gonna be an isometric squat, where you just get down to a squat and you just hold it for a minute. Really burns your legs out at the beginning. Gets you tired. And then the last 3 rounds are all weighted dumbbell exercises, and they're not that difficult. The last 3 rounds are the easiest. Burns. Alright, so this is like a fight or a wrestling match. I'm a wrestler. You gotta have the endurance of I don't know, someone who runs a lot. You gotta run a lot. You gotta do a lot of air squats and push-ups and sit-ups and pull-ups. Those are very important. And wall sits. I remember doing wall sits a lot, wrestling in high school. Yeah, we would run 5 miles before my wrestling practices, which were like 1 hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours, whatever. And I got into the best condition of my life. And I always try to do that. These are just push-ups, but you lift your hands up at the bottom. Push, lift your hands up. You're like working your posterior traps, your rhomboids. Just doing as many as you can, as quickly as possible. Up, down. I don't know if you guys can see me. Like I said, these are all for a minute. This is called a Superman. There's different ways of doing this. This is the way I do it. Hands behind you like you're flying. I've seen it done like Hands behind the head. I think that's too difficult. You want to try to your hands to touch the roof, the ceiling, feet too. Arch your back. Like look up. We got 28 seconds to go. This is an isometric exercise. The first 2 rounds are purely body weight, except of course, like I said, I use those 5-pound dumbbells when I do my air squats. In the second round, I'll be doing the same thing, but I'll add my squat thrust, and I'll hold those 5 pounds, which combined are 10 pounds. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, pop up from your knees. We're just gonna do pop up. People who, these are like plyometrics. People who play football or work on their vertical leap know what these are. Just get up, stand up all the way as fast as possible. Sorry, Jersey. My cat's out. 7 seconds left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Alright, that's the first round. Very difficult, I know. Go ahead, sit down. Think about it, how difficult it was. Because you know it was difficult. Usually I'll sit down, just get some water, just sit down. I got a fan going to keep me going. I like to run in the AM, like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's nice and cold. And then I happened to run at like 5 p.m. when it was like 70 degrees, not too hot. But when I realized it was still too hot, I had to pour water on myself at 7, like it was 5 p.m. Oh, we gotta go. You caught me monologuing. Anyways, like I was saying, I was running at 5 p.m., 70 degrees, and it was hot. And my run time was less than in the morning. It's like so difficult to wake up in the morning to go running and to have a better time after that difficult morning. It's just like insightful. It's just probably the heat. It was the heat that got to me. The temperature is usually like 50 degrees at night, 45 or something. And if you're doing really fast squats, you can do like long squats where you bring the weights back, down, back, back. Makes it a little easier, using more time in between your squats. Instead of just like going as fast as you can. These are called squat thrusts, like a squat, like a sprawl in wrestling. Back up. Now that our heart rate is up, we're working on our endurance. This is what this exercise does, as well as increase your strength, is your endurance. So that when you rest during your breaks, your heart is so strong that it lowers your heart rate really quickly. The more you do this, the stronger your heart gets, and the lower your resting heart rate is, which is really cool. Alright, these are just push-ups or other push-ups.
Nothing fancy. These are narrow push-ups, not so much as wide or regular, but like narrow. More hitting your triceps more than anything. All right, 9 seconds. Rest if you must, but don't you quit. Rest if you must, but don't you quit. 1, 0. Pop burpees with the push-up. Burpees with the push-up. I got your chest all tired just to keep you doing them. Let's see if we're gonna give up or not. When I jump, I try to jump high. Not like, you know, like a jump rope. Remember, if it was easy, everybody would do it. It's definitely not easy. They want easy. All we need is possible. It's possible. It's possible you can keep going. It's possible you can get up. All right. These are planks, like oblique planks with a weight. 30 seconds on each side. 10 seconds to go on this side. All right. Switch, last 30 seconds. Three, 2, 1, 0. Up. 60-second rest. Congratulations if you made it this far. All right, get some water. All right, so the next one is the third round. Previously were body weight exercises, which you already well know. Except for that, like a couple of them, I add weight. What? I add a little bit. I add a little weight. It's mainly body weight. Okay, next one's gonna be full body, weighted exercise. Grab your dumbbells. I've got 25s to start with. We're gonna do side lunges with a reach, kind of like my warm up. Put them basically to the ground, like a upright row, or like a row, a bent over row. Pushing off your heels. It's like squatting on your heels, onto your heels. And I also pull them into my armpits. This is like a trap exercise. Just keep going. You don't have to have perfect form. All right, rotating upright rows as fast as you can. Remember to keep your core tight. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your core. That way you don't hurt other way you protect your back. That way you protect your back. 8 seconds, 7, 6, 1. Time. Bent over rows. Rotating bent over rows. Now this round is really going to challenge your biceps. So if you want big biceps, this is where the size of my biceps come from this round. That included use of your biceps to do the row. These upright rows include your biceps. And we're going to do this twice. And then we're actually going to go into bicep curls in a little bit. There's like so much bicep in this one, it's crazy. Bicep curls, bring them up, and then before you go down, turn them, bring them down, reverse curl them up, back to a normal curl, back down this time, curl up, reverse curl up, regular curl, and then to reverse curl. 5 seconds. Just keep going as fast as you can. Last. All right, so starting over, second time. Lateral lunge with the reach. Remember, keep your back straight. And just lunge down, which is like a one-legged squat. Bring your weights up to your armpits. Also targets your biceps. I forgot to mention that. All right, next one. Rotating presses. Squeeze your core, your glutes, your abs. Like nose over toes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bent over rows. All right, bent over rows. My phone's at 10%. So. You guys can feel your biceps, huh? Me too. I do these all the time. The lighter the weight, the better. You can drop to 20s, 15s, 10s. I'm surprised I didn't drop to my 20s. I usually do. Getting stronger though, baby. Usually I'd be using my 20 pounders, which are around here somewhere. All right. I don't know if we ever did that one. All right. Let me see. We're just gonna go to curls. We're going to curls. Oh yeah, this is the last one, right? Yeah. I forget. There's so many different 30-second exercises or minute exercises. I'll forget. I will forget pretty quickly. Well, that was pretty difficult. Hope you guys are doing good though. That's 3 rounds. If you're an amateur MMA fighter, that's perfect. That's all you really need. But the next 2 rounds are the 4th and 5th round, which are the championship rounds. So in wrestling, you can't give up. The moment you give up, you lose. And being in that situation, I've been in that situation plenty of times. And being in that situation, you learn to fight through your fatigue. And sometimes you win. You just always know I could win. I won before tired, I'll win again. But you gotta come in prepared though. I'm coming in prepared. If you don't come in prepared, you gotta be able to fake it till you make it, like your Tupac. Everything's a trick, he said. You trick people into thinking you're strong when you're weak. You know what I mean? These are called around the world kebab or khabib. Nurmagomedov and the Dagestani guys. I feel like I'm missing a country. They do these quite often. Alright, next is gonna be these I forgot what they're called. Oh, kettlebell swings. Right. Remember to control the curve. Don't let your kettlebell go out too far. Keep it like close to the face, like an upright row. That way you protect your back. All right. These are a squat to a one arm upright row. So we're still hitting the bicep. Using the leg still. Traps, grip, using a lot of extra muscles that personally I use in wrestling. A lot of grip strength, a lot of bicep strength, a lot of core strength. These are one arm, one leg, bent over row. Yeah. Keep the core engaged, stay square to the ground. You want your hip coming out and going like that. All right, 2 seconds, 1 second. Last one is for your punches. You guys will like this one. Basically, you're facing this one direction and you got your body ready for like a squat and you throw that punch. Incorporating your legs into that punch. And building strength with the dumbbell. Like a squat here, but keep that on the ball of your foot and then pivot your hip. All right, next side, switch sides, back to the around the world. Left hand, I do counterclockwise, and the right hand, I do clockwise. All right, kettlebell swings, control the curve. Squeeze that core. Then you just go up and down like a squat. And try to use mostly your legs and your hips if you can. Drag through the ground. Let it levitate upwards. Upright rows with squat. There. 15 seconds for this one. As fast as you can. If I want too slow, don't let me slow you down. One arm row, one leg, one arm rows. All right, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Up, punches. Give it to him. Who do you want to hit in the face? punch him in the face. If there's a reason to do something, you don't get tired, man. All right, last round. Good job, everybody. Try to control your breathing. In your nose, pursed lip, and then out through pursed lips. In your nose, hold it for like 3 seconds and then blow it out. And then breathe through your mouth. A couple of deep breaths. Back through the nose. Try to control your breathing. All right, so this is the end. All right, actually, I'm gonna start at the bottom. So on the bottom, laying on the ground, doing some one arm presses with the heavy weight. All right. And into a guard, lock your feet up. Just throwing punches upwards. You got your left hand, your other hand to block incoming punches, elbows. I use a heavy weight at first, and then I'll switch it right about now, because there's no way I'm doing a 35-pound dumbbell. That's way it's difficult. It's heavy. And I don't know if any of you guys have watched that DVD, RushFit, where Strength Endurance, where I got this exercise. But he brings his head up with every punch. He like really puts his shoulder up, his head up, and he drives him into that punch. Boom, boom. Really drive that punch forward. Boom. You're like pulling your opponent inwards and punching upwards, like boom. All right, switch. Go ahead, switch hands. These are 1 minute each. Other hand to block. Helmet guard. Muay Thai. Alright, switch hand now. Oh god, that's just way too much weight. I've tried it before, it's crazy heavy. It makes this thing feel heavy. So heavy. Alright, 18 seconds. Alright, a nice one is like a half get up. I don't recommend everybody do these because you might drop the weight on you. Please be careful. So, and basically, I curl my abs a little bit to get that first ab flexed, the upper ab, roll to my shoulder, push with my elbow. I'm not really using any weight, any strength, and then I push up with my hand. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's it. And then you go back the same way, back down your elbow, shoulder, down, shoulder, elbow, hand, elbow, shoulder, back. Some people just want to go up forward with it. You could do that if you can, but just to be careful. And please watch the weight. Watch the weight the whole time. Don't let it drop on you. All right, 2 seconds. That was a lot of talking, whatever, I don't care. I had to explain that one. All right. Shoulder, elbow, push with the hand, and then you bring the leg back where the weight's at, same side. Bring it up, and then back down, elbow, shoulder, back. Shoulder, elbow, hand up. Elbow, shoulder, back down. And bring that leg up. And bring it down. And you really just do it as fast as you can once you get it safely. You know how to do it safely. Once you know how to do it safely and you don't drop it on yourself and blame me. He told us to do it. It's his fault. Shut up. I'll have to put a warning on this video. Okay. Last one, just rows. Really try to keep it close to your like your abs. Not so much, not towards your chest, but like bring it towards your like an upright row. Towards your abs, towards your armpit. Bring it down in the same place. And everything is done for speed, for heart. Who wants it the most? You know, for speed. Alright, last 7 seconds, guys. That's it. I'm ending the video. 1. Alright, congratulations everybody for doing that. Yeah. When I first started doing these exercises, I thought the same thing. This is good stuff. And I've never stopped doing it. I don't know if any of you guys do powerlifting, but I will do this exercise before my powerlifting because it's only 25 minutes or whatever, 30 minutes. And I was hitting my cardio and power. I used to be able to squat 315 for 30, 29, 25 reps, only weighing about 174. I used to be able to do 405, no problem. Anyways, but your powerlifting will make this easier. Everything I just did, easier if you could bench 315, if you could squat 405. So this and powerlifting, good stuff. All right, you guys have a good night. Bye-bye.